Oh damn, I was muted. All right, let's do this again. Happy Hotep Thursday and welcome to Cannon Speaks. I am Cannon Hotep. Give yourselves a round of applause because you could be anywhere right now, but you're hanging out with me, and I appreciate that. Like I was saying, yo. Christmas is like down the street. Like it's around the corner. And what I mean by that is I ain't ready. I mean, I got everything for everybody, but like it doesn't feel like a holiday right now, guys. It doesn't feel like a holiday right now. Right? It really don't. Like it don't feel like Christmas, right? It just something about this year just feel a little off. We was discussing that in one of my live streams a couple of days ago. You know what I mean? I don't know, something just feels off or whatever. But anyway, you guys hanging out with me and I appreciate you. So I'm gonna start off with a Hotep's been told you moment, right? I'm gonna start off with a Hotep's been told you moment. So tonight, Uncle Hotep read the fact that the Biden administration is getting ready to try to supplement and stimulate the workforce by allowing illegals to work, right? By allowing illegals to work. So, but
you see, our boy,
I went to I immediately thought about a stream that me and Hotep Jesus did with Legal Mindset, and I touched on that shit. This was during the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, and I think we were talking about this shit during like a break in the trial. But anyway, check this shit out, yo. Nigga said it's a Hotep's been told you moment.
With Sleepy Joe, we have hundreds of times the amount of immigrants coming through.
Right.
But we are not even close to classifying it as an attack. We have no troops on the border. We have no people go there and inspecting them for Rona, yet you're requiring us to get the juice and to get tests to come in this country legally. If I want to fly back to the United States from Korea, I have to take a test or get the juice. But right. People who are crossing over, God knows who they are, traffickers, sex traffickers, who are bringing those children in, they get to come in without a test, without a background check, without anything.
And the funny part is that people aren't contesting this. Now, I'm going to tell you this one thing, black folks. When old Joe Nickel Slick make it legal to hire illegals, your ass is going to be out of a job. What you going to do then? What you going to do then? Y'all sitting here, y'all rooting for this, y'all marching yourself right off the cliff. You march yourself right off the cliff. Slowly but surely, they is replacing us as a voter base. They talking about giving them the bag for pain and suffering, and they not even American citizens. Soon you're gonna be like, you know what? Go ahead and hire them. It's cool. And then next thing you know, what you gonna be doing? You gonna be the one at Home Depot trying to jump in somebody's pickup truck. It's ridiculous.
He said you're gonna be sitting at Home Depot waiting somebody pull up with a pickup truck.
Jose gonna be picking your ass up off the side of Home Depot.
Jose gonna be asking you. He gonna be like, "Habla español?" Like I said, Hotep's been told you. We told y'all that shit was coming. And here we go, right here. Now they want to stimulate the workforce by allowing illegals to work. Hotep's been told you. Anyway, let's keep it pushing. So, this came across my feed yesterday, I think. Yo, I don't know what's in the water right now. I don't know what's going on with people right now, but people is losing their fucking minds. Right, y'all heard about the lady in the airport in Miami who was looking for her kids and she started fucking up one of the terminal computers and all that other stuff, like harassing the staff and all that other shit. Y'all see that? If you ain't seen this, just check this shit out. Check this crazy shit out.
Oh yeah!
Hey, look at this shit. Find my churn.
Get out of here, man! Move!
Find my churn, bro.
Move! Get out! Move!
Then get mad when she getting recorded because she acting a fucking fool. Find my churn. So Precious done lost her fucking kids in the airport because she wasn't paying attention to where the fuck they went. She assumed they got on a plane without her. I'm assuming that's what she think. And she start tripping and start fucking shit up. Like that's really gonna help find her kids. So let's just say the kids just hop up on the plane on some fucking Home Alone 2 shit, right? You fucking up the computers and throwing shit around ain't gonna help them get on there and find you if your kids boarded the plane or not. Emmanuel said Kevin Samuels is rolling in his grave. Oh shit. But like that's the thing, right? I just don't understand. Like, why we gotta act like that? Right? And I know it ain't all black people. Like that's some nigga shit. The shit that she pulled, that's some nigga shit. Like why we gotta act like a fool like that in public, yo? You can't you know, how's that going to help? Let's just say your kids, how's that going to help get your kids off the plane, or make sure when they land wherever the hell they are, right, that a flight attendant or an employee make sure that they stay put till you got there, make sure they was taken care of, right? Now apparently the kids just went to the bathroom. The kids just went to the bathroom, and allegedly she didn't know that they went to the bathroom. I don't see the kids just walking off going to the bathroom without telling their mother. I'm sure they kept saying they had to use the fucking bathroom, and she probably wasn't paying them no mind. She probably just said, all right. She probably was FaceTiming or Instagramming or some shit, and they went to the bathroom and she fucking forgot. Right? Now it's like she looked to her left and her right, her kids ain't there, and now she started losing on people who it ain't their responsibility to keep up with your kids. First off, men, I'm sorry guys, first off, don't have a fuck, like, why? Don't have a kid with somebody like that, right? Look at this shit. First off, I don't even understand how somebody puts two seeds up in her, let alone one. Like, this shit is crazy. That shit is crazy, right? Please, guys, pick and choose who you have kids with. What she just did, that's some learned behavior, right? This tantrum shit that she throwing as an adult, that's just some learned behavior. Like, not saying somebody went that crazy, but I'm sure she's seen an adult, somebody that she grew up with, act a fool like this. Either that, or her parents, her mother, or whoever was her guardian, just never disciplined her, never showed her right from wrong, and that's just how she act. Sad part is that either she lashes out at her kids when she mad at them, or her kids gonna see this shit and how she act, and then they gonna you know, that shit, that trend's going, that cycle's gonna repeat. Then she have fucking aggressive ass kids. Like, this shit is ridiculous right here. This bitch got on stretch pants and fucking army boots. Stretch pants and army boots. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. And somebody knocked her ass up. I'm sorry, like, I don't care. She could be a fucking 10. If she had a shit attitude like this, how can anybody be attracted to that? How can anybody be attracted to that? And then you had the lady up in Richland? Was it Richland? Like the Walmart in Richland or some shit like that? Did y'all see that crazy shit? This chick took a Walmart employee hostage. A Walmart employee hostage. I still don't understand what was going on with that. Lauren says she don't need to see nobody's cellulite bumps. Anyway, if you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream. Let people know we live. If you're catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the topics at hand. If you want to donate to the channel, super chats, Rumble rants, it's always welcome. It's the fastest way to get your comments read on air. Also, if you want to donate directly, $Cannon Hotep on Cash App. That's $Cannon Hotep on Cash App. Anyway, we got 69 in the building on YouTube. We got 10 in the building on Rumble. What up, Champ X? We got DMW in the building over on Rumble as well. Share this stream, guys. Let people know we live. Let people know we live, man. YouTube don't put out my notifications, so people that usually be in my streams, you can tell that you hadn't gotten a notification from YouTube yet. You can see that you haven't gotten a notification from YouTube just yet. Actually, crazily, it's kind of weird. Rumble ain't sending nothing out yet either. Usually Rumble's good at that shit. That's interesting. Anyway, so let's take a look at this one, right? Now, like I said, this one, apparently the lady, she was holding the Walmart employee hostage. I think she was asking for like a news outlet or some shit like that. Anyway, let's go over here to this shit. She is scared out her fucking mind. Y'all see her face? Look at this lady. She's scared as shit. She don't know what to do. She frozen in fear. Meanwhile, this crazy bitch is she just tweaking. She ain't got her fucking onesie snap. Like she tripping. She look unhinged. And I don't know what this was about. What's going on, Natalie? We got Natalie McLinda in the building. I don't know what any of this shit was about. I don't know if maybe she couldn't get her shit off layaway. I don't know what the fuck the problem is. But she decided to pull a gun. She decided to pull a gun out and take this girl hostage. She got the girl by the hair.
Why don't you let her go then, please?
Hey, no. We're not doing that. Cricket cop.
And I know what the crazy part in all these situations are, whether it's the airport or the lady getting taken hostage at the fucking Walmart, is that people, instead of taking action, instead of trying to help the situation, right, and subdue these people or talk them down, what they got? They got their fucking cameras out trying to get a viral moment. They got their cameras out trying to get a viral moment. That's the age we're in right now. Like, the world is going to hell in a handbasket, man. Man. So let's see what they say on here. So this is from WLBT3 on your side. Let's see what they say over here with this. Fair use. Of course, of course they got a goddamn. Come on, guys. What the hell?
Business owner or marketing. WLBT News starts now.
This breaking news tonight, an incredibly intense scene inside the Walmart in Richland during the peak holiday shopping season. Police say a customer pulled a gun on an employee. Officers arrived, shooting and killing the armed suspect. Now, WLBT first on the scene off Highway 49 with all of this happening inside the store. 3 Inner Side's Quentin Smith joins us live from Walmart right now with the newest information from authorities and reaction from witnesses.
That's right, Howard. Things are all quiet and calm out here right now. In fact, things have actually cleared out here at Walmart, but it was the exact opposite just a few hours ago. Dozens of officers rushing to this scene to investigate the shooting and to get things under control. Now, just to put things into perspective for you, this store was busy, filled with people doing grocery shopping and Christmas shopping. So imagine it's you doing your shopping, and all of a sudden you see and hear chaos followed by gunshots. Well, that's exactly what those shoppers here experienced at the Walmart in Richland. Now, at this time, things are still in the early stages of the investigation, but here's what we know so far. We know it was around 5:45 when Richland police got a call about a hostage situation. Witnesses on scene tell me a female got into a confrontation with a worker in the customer service department here at Walmart. Police were called in to try and defuse the situation, but not long after, gunshots rang out, killing that female. Now, I spoke with one person who was actually on his way to Walmart to do some Christmas shopping. Take a listen to how he describes what he saw today.
Went to the other Walmart in Brandon. They didn't have what I was looking for. I was gonna come over here. I pulled in.
Holy shit, they got Herbert from fucking Family Guy. All right, let me stop. This nigga sound like Herbert from Family Guy, don't they? Holy shit. But where is it at? Lauren, you got a point there, Lauren. Let's not talk about the percentage of women walking around with those undiagnosed mental illnesses. That's true. There's so many people walking around with undiagnosed mental illnesses, and that's probably one of the main issues that's going on with a lot of people today, especially in our community, not having their mental issues diagnosed, not having the resources or access to get diagnosed. Me and my sister was just talking about this. It's a big issue, especially in the black community. Even if it's not a mental illness and you just fucking, like I said before, like white knuckling it through life, you need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to vent to. You need to seek some kind of professional help to help you work through certain issues, certain underlying traumas. You know what I mean? Because what happens is that shit builds up, you know, and then that shit will fucking explode you'll explode on somebody, and who knows how that's going. Who knows how that's going to. That's not Herbert, it's Bruce. Like, who knows how that's going to turn out in the end. It might turn out with the lady acting a fool at the airport, throwing shit. It might turn out like this lady right here who takes a fucking a Walmart employee hostage as like the last straw on some John Q shit. You know what I mean? Like, hold on, like, let's keep moving.
Didn't see the lights, thought a traffic stop or something, but the more I got in the parking lot, the more I thought, saw it was something serious. It's horrible. I mean, somebody lost a loved one here at Christmas. I mean, you don't get over that. I just couldn't imagine.
It's devastating for all parties involved, officers, everybody that was involved in this situation. With the Christmas season coming around, mental health is a big deal because of the stress involved in the Christmas season. So it's very devastating for in Christmas time.
Now, the name of the person who was shot and killed today, her name has not been released. The coroner's office tells me they're still notifying her family members as to what happened today. The State Bureau of Investigation has now taken the lead on this officer-involved shooting. I do want to point out the Richland police chief, he tells me the officer involved in this shooting did not receive any injuries. The Walmart did close down after that fatal shooting happened. At this time, no word on when or if the store will be back open again tomorrow. But of course, we will continue to follow this developing story and bring you the latest details both on air and online at WLBT.com. But for right now, that's the very latest from here in Richland. Quentin Smith, 3 on your side.
Quentin Smith, 3 on your side. We got, what's going on, Melinda? We got Melinda Sisk in the building. The $5 super chat. I believe this is a CCW state. So in your opinion, what would you have done? What would you have done had you been on site? So it's a touchy situation, right? It's a really, really touchy situation. You have to assess that situation accordingly, right? Now, I'm not law enforcement. I do have, my CCW. More than likely, I probably could carry in whatever state that is, right? I would have to assess it. If she has the gun out and she's, let's just say she's pointing and waving at other shoppers, putting them in danger, I may take the shot. I may take the shot to put her down, simply because she's waving it at other people in the store, and we don't know where that bullet's going to go. So I may take the shot to put her down. If she's just got the gun by her side like she had, and she's just talking and moving, then I have, you try to do de-escalation. Maybe ask her what's going on from cover and concealment. Hey, come on, put the gun down. It's not worth it. Try to talk her down. Until the proper authorities get there to take over the situation. Who's to say? Maybe somebody in there did have their gun out. We don't know. Maybe that's why she wasn't moving through the store. She was where she was at because some people had the gun on her. We don't know. But you can't be fucking John Wayne in that bitch and you see it with the gun and she got the lady. You just take the fucking shot because you don't know how that's going to turn out. You know what I mean? Also, you got to be familiar with the state's laws, right? Some states, you can only protect yourself. Some states, you can only protect yourself. And if you took the shot to protect somebody else, some states don't honor that shit. And then you got to fight on your hands after that. Not saying that you shouldn't take the shot if imminent danger is being shown toward other people. I would like to think that I would still take action if other people were put in danger. But a lot of states, right, they don't have, you can only protect yourself and your loved ones, which is crazy. You know, because some other states have Good Samaritan laws, and you're okay to take, you know, take action if you're trying to save somebody else's life. But the thing about at least this pesky laws, it's just a sad state of affairs, right? It's just a sad set of circumstances, right? It's tragic. We don't even know why she was there. We don't know what she was going through. She should have never pulled a gun, right? We already knew how that shit was going to end the minute she took a hostage and she started waving a gun. She wasn't walking away short of her putting a gun down on the ground and putting her hands in the air and letting the police take her. Right? That's the look of a woman who had nothing to lose. That's the look of a woman that was on that was her last straw. That was the look of a woman who had it. On some falling down shit. Right? So we don't know. We don't know how it transpired. We don't know if they said put the gun down and she raised that motherfucker. Maybe she wanted suicide by cop. We don't know. Maybe she wanted to die. It's a lot of shit that goes with that. And even though, like I said, I carry a gun every day, the last thing I want to do is take a life. The last thing I want to do is take a life. Right? If I have to take a life, you know, it has to be somebody was getting ready to die, or I was going to die if I didn't. It's just tough, and it's a hard thing to you know, to a hard pill to swallow. And I couldn't imagine having to live with that, man. The cop that killed her got to deal with that. You know what I mean? Remember, cops are people too. They got to live with that. They had to kill that lady a week out from Christmas. You know what I mean? Yeah, at least a murderer is sometimes just a person on their worst day. You know what I mean? So it's tough, man. You know what I mean? Because it's so close to Christmas. Like I said, yo, I don't know what's going on this year, yo, but there's so much tragic shit going on. Like I said in my video yesterday, like, people had it, man. Food is expensive. Gas is expensive. Rent going up. Gas and electric's gone up. You know what I mean? People can't provide, you know, get their kids, you know, good gifts and shit for the holidays because they ain't got the money to do the shit. Christmas real fucking scarce this year. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad. It's sad. And people are losing it. Christmas is already, you know, the most depressing time of year. Like, how many people off themselves during Christmas? You couple that shit with mental illness and people who ain't got nothing to lose no more because they ain't got shit. They ain't got shit no more. They done lost everything because they might have lost their job because they had to get the Yamin. You know what I mean? Or they might have, you know, lost somebody because they took the Yamin. You know what I mean? Yeah, senseless people are getting to their breaking point. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, it is hard to blame because, you know, people look at that shit like, oh, that's what she get. Like, come on, really though? Like, have some humanity. Was she wrong for what she did? Yeah, 100% wrong for what she did. But I would still like to understand why she felt the way she felt. Why she thought she had to do what she did. Was she trying to lead this world? Was she trying to, you know, do suicide by cop? We don't know. I hope she ain't had no kids, man. I hope she ain't had no kids, and if she did, I hope they I hope they get put in a, you know, with some loving family members or a loving family. Take care of them. If the mother was unhinged like that, I can only imagine how life was. Anyway, just wanted to bring those stories to you. So, Vladimir Zelensky took time out of his busy war, being on the front lines and everything, to make a trip to the United States to give a speech on why we need to give him more money. Or why we need to give him more money. Oh my gosh. So, right, it was like a 28-minute speech, right? So I I'm pretty sure. Let me see. I think I put it where I needed it at. Yeah, I did. There we go. So this is the part that got me. Let's go over here real quick. I'm gonna pause the music. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. My son had that game blasting, and I got surround sound system in the basement, so that shit was coming through the wall, shaking shit. Anyway, let's get over to this. Oh shit, wrong one. Here we go.
I believe there should be no taboos between us in our alliance. Ukraine never asked the American soldiers to fight on our land instead of us. I assure you that Ukrainian soldiers can perfectly operate American tanks and planes themselves.
And listen. Gets a standing ovation. Like, look, I don't need y'all niggas to come over here and fight this war for us. I just want your resources. I just want your tank and your plane. And here they go. They standing and clapping. Like, I'm like, huh? Like, what the fuck are y'all clapping for? This nigga just criticized, like, we don't need you to come fight for us. Just give us money. Give us jets and tanks. The shit that costs fucking millions and millions of dollars. Right, at least he cracking jokes. And they stand up clapping like, oh my God, yes.
Financial assistance is also critically important, and I would like to thank you very much. Thank you for both financial packages you have already provided us with and the ones you may be willing to decide on. Your money is not charity. It's an investment in the global security and democracy that we handle in the most responsible way.
He said, we like the kind that jingles, but we prefer the kind that folds. He's oh my gosh, yo. So they stand up and they clap for it, right? Because they know that the Uniparty just granted them a bunch of fucking money. He knows that too. Still trying to figure out what he's doing in Washington and not in his war-torn country. I don't understand that. Which makes me believe that he was never in his country. Which makes me believe he in Poland somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make so you guys on the brink, right? Russia is advancing and you decide to come to Washington to pander for more money. And then we give it to them. Like, right now, America is the simp that keep taking that one chick he trying to fuck out to dinner. And every time he take her out to dinner and they get back to her house, she say, you can drop me off right here down the street. And she get out the car. With no intentions. With no intentions on giving them nothing. We out here tricking on these hoes on credit. And we ain't even got it. Meanwhile, we got people that's getting evicted from their homes. I know they're getting evicted from their homes because my company's being called to carry out the fucking evictions that we hate doing. Grocery stores, shelves are like becoming bare. California, New Jersey, Washington State, they got a fucking a shortage of medication. Children's medication. We got a fucked up supply chain shortage. Gas is through the roof. Food is through the roof. Mortgages and rent going through the roof. People can't afford to live. Want to talk about a dark winter? Look what's going on now here in America. But we got $54 billion to send to the Ukraine. I'm sorry, $47 billion to send to the Ukraine. We got $5 million to build a Ukraine Freedom Park in DC. $3.6 million to give to for Michelle Obama nature trail or whatever the fuck it is they trying to build. Like, somebody make this make sense. This is what you call America last. This America, the nigga that leave his wife and kids to go be a good stepdaddy to his side chick and her kids. America done left the kids on the porch, and the wife destitute to go out to go get the side chick and her and be a good stepdaddy. Yeah, they got money for war and can't feed the poor. Straight up. Buchanan, what about democracy? Democracy. He putting out the name of democracy. The man from Moscow can fucking steamroll through that country if he wanted to. Don't know why he hasn't yet. Hope he doesn't. But it makes me wonder if this shit ain't all bullshit. It makes me wonder if this shit ain't all bullshit. Because I don't understand it.
Russia could stop its aggression, really, if it wanted to, but you can speed up our victory. I know it. And it will prove to any potential aggressor that no one can succeed in breaking national borders, no one committing atrocities and reigning over people against their will. It would be naive to wait for steps towards peace from Russia, which enjoys being a terrorist state. Russians are still poisoned by the Kremlin. The restoration of international legal order is our joint task. We need peace. Yes, Ukraine has already offered proposals, which I just discussed with President Biden, our peace formula, 10 points which should and must be implemented for our joint security, guaranteed for decades ahead.
So there must be peace. So you come to the United States to talk about peace between you and Russia.
Really, nigga?
Somebody make that make sense, right? We already know what it's going to take. See, the thing is that, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, Russia ain't gonna stop until you say that you ain't joining NATO. That's the whole reason y'all in this mess. And the reason y'all in this mess is because the West put you there. The West, the same people you're asking for money from, put you in that situation. And then you asking for help to get you out of the situation they put you in. See, what y'all don't understand, right? Before all this shit went down, prior to 2013, right? Ukraine and Russia were sister nations. That's what they were. They had been sister nations for a fucking long time. You know how they kept saying, oh, they took Crimea, they took Crimea, right? Thing is that Russia's navy has been in the Crimean Peninsula for decades. Ukraine and Russia worked hand in hand. Like I said, prior to 2013, when the Russian puppet got ousted for the American puppet, that's when stuff started going south. Reason for the American puppet, in my opinion, was so that the American puppet could make sure that they join NATO. And we know the man from Moscow was like, no, fuck that. That shit ain't happening on my watch. They had a vote in 2014 to, I guess for lack of a better term, annex Crimea. Guess how that vote went with the people? They considered themselves Russian, so they said, we side with Russia. Why I think it was so easy for Russia to take over the Eastern Bloc? Because most of the people in the Eastern Bloc consider themselves to be Russian. They ain't had to take it over. They was ready to rock and roll with them. It's the Western Bloc that's more progressive. It's the Western Bloc that doesn't want to be a part of Russia. That's why I've been saying from Jump Street that this shit is a civil war. That's why I've been saying from Jump Street, this shit is a civil war between two sister nations. And we don't need to be a part of that. It's none of our business. But the powers that be want that NWO, and they need to get as many nations as possible to jump on board. And they need to back the man from Moscow into a wall. The way to do that is to make sure that the Crane joins NATO. I'm pretty sure that the powers that be know that hinges on their victory if they can win without any interference as far as soldiers, boots on the ground to assist. So they want to do this shit Iran-Contra style and just make sure that they got the weapons they need. But see, they're taking it too far. Now it's not only do we need weapons, we need money. We need capital. We need billions of dollars. And for the low price of $47 billion, you can help secure our victory against a world superpower. I'm old enough to remember when there wasn't such a thing as Ukraine. Bruh. I know, right? What's this? Autonomous Republic of Crimea was a 97% vote for integration of the region into Russian Federation. Exactly. Yes, that's exactly right. This shit is crazy, and we keep giving them more and more money. We can't afford to do that. People at home are suffering here. Americans are suffering here. But the powers that be, the Biden regime, the nickel slick regime, they don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about us. They can care whether we eat or not. What did they say? They said, as long as it takes. They asked, how long were you willing and how far are you willing to go? Right? How long are you willing to help Ukraine? They said, for as long as it takes. They're ready to take from you and give to them as much as they need to do in the name of the NWO. Because make no mistake, that's what it's about. In the name of the Great Reset. Can't have a Great Reset if you don't crash the system, people. That's how you do it. Order through chaos. Hegelian dialectic. You create the problem, then you create the solution to the problem that you created. The omnibus bill, where they was giving this, where they started a lot of money for Ukraine. 4,500 page bill. A 4,500 page bill. Like I said, my little short video I did today. $1.7 trillion bill, right? $1.7 trillion bill. They hid all that pork in a 4,700 page or 4,500 page document. $1.7 trillion in pork hidden under 45 pages of bullshit. And what did they do? Like I said, their real agenda, they hid in those pages. They hid them in those pages, i.e., all that money they giving to the Ukraine, hidden. 45 billion hidden in that bill. Like I said, ain't nobody reading through all of that. Motherfuckers don't even read the terms of the terms of agreement for an app that they download to their phone. They don't read the terms of service for an app that you fucking download to your phone. You think they're gonna read a 4,700 or 4,500 page document? Like I said, they signed that document not realizing they just sold their soul to the devil on page 666. Now we see where the money going. Sure, inflation's going to go up again. Melinda Sis with another $5 super chat. I appreciate you, Melinda. So what resources so important in Donbass? Minerals, oil, food? I don't know. Real question. I don't know either, Melinda. I know that like the Eastern Bloc, they're rich in soil and like wheat and shit like that. I don't think that but I don't think that's what the man from Moscow wants. He doesn't want the Ukraine to join NATO. That's the sole purpose of this, his quote unquote quest. His quote unquote crusade that he's on. He don't want them to join NATO. If they join NATO, that puts Russia's back against the wall. Because they'll be surrounded by NATO allies. And they don't want that. He's not just trying to go in there and I want that oil. You know what I mean? He ain't going in for that shit. You know what I mean? He's going in because he feel like it's his holy war. Holy Rus, I think is what they call it. The Holy Rus. They've been living in harmony since, up until 2013. Like I said, the man from Moscow could have steamrolled through that country. But for some reason, he ain't. Don't know why. It could be because he want to preserve life. He don't want to scorch earth. We don't know. All I know is the president of fucking the Ukraine is in Washington, or was in Washington, away from his country that's at war, or supposedly at war right now with a world power. If I was a leader, I wouldn't be in another country, hanging out. I could have did this shit from a bunker on Zoom. Then they got him in his fucking Gildan sweatshirt with the little Ukraine symbol on the fucking neck, and some fresh fatigues and some boots, making him look real patriotic for his country. Everybody went, oh, he didn't wear a suit. So the fuck what? Who cares? I saw a meme today that said everybody mad because Zelensky didn't wear a suit to DC. They said last I checked, you didn't. They said what y'all mad for? Y'all don't have to wear a suit to go to the ATM. Elaine's Rotten Bottom says because his generals were blowing money in Miami instead of maintaining their military vehicles. Remember when Trump asked for $5.7 billion to finish our border wall and rhinos and Democrats opposed it? Remember when Obama asked for $25 billion to build a border wall? Remember when Joe Nicholslick said that he voted for 700 miles of border wall? No honor amongst thieves, people. No honor amongst thieves. They snakes. Then Nancy Pelosi got the nerve she got the nerve to sit here and say what'd she say? I think she equated Zelensky's speech. It was the best speech since Winston Churchill.
Really, nigga?
Oh, that shit's hilarious. Look at this shit.
And they asked him to bring it to us. What an honor it was to have a flag that was presented to President Zelensky by the troops. And they asked him to bring it to us to say thank you. We don't have it here, but we're going to having it framed so you'll see it in the halls of Congress for a long time.
I love it. Mayor Presley with a $5 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. I think the research they are targeting is food. Ukraine is a big fertilizer producer and factor all of the processing plants catching fire. That is true. You're right. They are a big fertilizer. But so is Russia, though, ain't they? I think Russia's a big fertilizer country too. I know that the Ukraine. I think their wheat export is fucking tremendous. I think they have a tremendous wheat export. But guess what? They ain't doing a whole lot of wheat export because of the shit that's going on over there either. Bro, that shit is funny. That shit is funny. But yeah, she had the nerve to say that his speech was on par with Winston Churchill. Is this it? Yeah, this it right here.
It was one of the finest speeches I've ever heard in the Congress. It was historic in that he and Churchill are the only two wartime presidents who have come here to talk about asking our help and thanking us for our anticipated help to stop the tyranny in Europe. It's pretty exciting. Probably one of our happiest days.
There were some applause lines.
Wasn't it great? Wasn't?
Why is she walking like her ankles are going to break at any moment? She walking like her ankles are going to break at any moment. Oh my gosh, bro. We gotta get them out of. We gotta vote these people out of office, man. Why is Rand Paul the only person that when it's time to do these spending bills, the only person that speaks up? He the only person that speaks up, tells the truth about him. We can't afford this shit. They ain't know about that, yo. They really been seeing a bunch of UFOs over that bitch, bro. Remember the Foo Fighters from World War II? Huh? Remember them Foo Fighters from World War II? Remember the orbs of light that they seen leaving DC back during World War One? I think after we fucking dropped the atom bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. See, I got a theory about that, right? So you got all these theories, right? You got your flat Earth theory, you got your hollow Earth theory, you got your simulation theory, right? You got your theory that the Earth is bigger than what they're telling us, right? What if like aliens aren't from outer space, but they're from here? but they're from another part of the earth that we just don't know about, that they lied to us about. Remember, we can't go but so far into Antarctica before we get turned around. There's a 52 nation treaty there. Remember, Admiral Richard Byrd said that he saw tropical lands beyond the poles. He was going over Antarctica, and he got to a certain point where it went from frigid to like a tropical 78 degrees. Anybody ever heard that? Anybody ever heard that? I guess this one map, I think this is it right here. Is that it? I think this is it. No, that's not it right there. So they think that is Arlo's 7 continents, right? And then we're surrounded by a wall of ice, and then on the other side of that wall of ice, there's other continents. See, Richard Byrd said that. Richard Byrd said that the continent that he reached when he crossed over the poles was just as big, if not bigger, than the United States, which I thought was very interesting, considering that so he went back in the United States, New Zealand, Great Britain, Argentina, and I forgot the other country. It was 5 countries, right? Went back to Antarctica. What was it? Operation High Jump, was it called? I think it was Operation High Jump. But they were trying to get back to that spot, and it's alleged that they got chased off by some superior Air Force that whooped that ass and sent them packing, which I thought was really interesting. Which I thought that shit was super interesting. I can't find that map. Oh, you know what? I know what to do. How many of y'all still got Christmas shopping to do? I hope y'all ain't doing no last minute Christmas shopping out there. I really hope y'all ain't doing no last minute Christmas shopping out there. Aside from your sweater, Glock, or Walther, honestly, to be completely honest with you, I'll go Canic. Canic kind of reminds me of the poor man's Walther, but this shit is fucking smooth. It's a great gun. It's a great gun. There we go. Let me see if I can't find it from here. I just want to know what y'all think about this. I appreciate you guys hanging in here with me. Okay, that's not it. Wow, did they get pulled off of YouTube? There we go. All right, here we go. I got it. He got a backup channel. He must have got pulled down a couple times. Then we want you to know certain shit, y'all. They don't be wanting y'all to know certain shit. Yeah, is this it? No, that's not it. Like, there's so much shit. Like, they got these mud flood theories. They got this Tartaria theory. Like, it's a lot of interesting shit that, like, you know, that I would like to know about. Like, I know Koish Ronan just had you just did like a podcast on the pyramids, right, yo? I was listening to that earlier. I always thought the pyramids, right? So imagine if the pyramids, right? Because they have more than just the pyramids in Egypt, right? They found pyramids underwater by, I think, Japan. I think they got pyramids. They got pyramids in Canada. You got the ziggurats in South America, right? Here we go. You got this is one of them at least. You got pyramid, you know, the ziggurats and shit like that, right? What if, like, those things are what's keeping the fucking simulation going? What if they like antennas that's keeping this whole veil over this realm? And if you start to destroy those, antennas per se, that the veil or the simulation starts to deteriorate. Hell, they even got pyramids in Antarctica. You've seen them. They show them in certain movies. You see the pyramids in Antarctica, like where the ice is kind of melting away from it. I think that's fucking interesting. See, they think like the planets that we know about, right, are here, and that what you see in the sky is just a reflection, which I think is interesting. So I think this is it right here. Let me go back up. I'm gonna play this real quick. I want to know what you guys think about this shit, right? It makes me think, right?
Legitimate answers. What's past the biggest wall on the outside of everything? All right. Now, I want you guys to just look at this for a second. What does that look like to you? The entire thing, the whole thing. What does it look like to you? Oh, time's up. I'll tell you. It kind of looks like a cell under a microscope. You know, it's a giant shell. Cell.
That's an interesting theory. But so I want you to see the map, though, right? I want you to see the map. So what they think, right? Can I make this bigger? I guess that's the best it's going to get. So if you could tell, you see these little circles, right? They got continents in them, and then you got other little circles around that's got continents and shit like that. What if that's how that shit really is? We only know our 7, and we're being restricted from knowing about the other, let's just say continents, you know, or land masses on the earth, and that they actually may got other civilizations living there that we don't know about, that might be more advanced than us. Maybe we're like a fucking prison colony, like like Australia was. Holy shit. So like, here's another one.
Try to follow along because it's a lot. So in this video on my page, I talk about Mars. The land of Mars is where the custodians and the Anunnaki send humans that help mislead other humans. So basically, it's like their reward to be sent to Mars. They live longer on Mars, and it's just much better than Earth because they are literally poisoning us here on Earth. Okay, so this is where you need to follow me. So Elon Musk is actually trying to colonize Mars. He thinks by 2050 he'll have 1 billion people on Mars. Now there's a book called Project Mars that was written by von Braun. I don't know if I pronounced that right. And this came out in 1953. In this book, Martians' social structure and their form of government, which is run by 10 men under the leadership of the Elon. So the Martians in that book named their leader the Elon. Is that not like predictive programming? Is it not weird that we have a man today named Elon who's trying to get to Mars? It kind of reminds me of this book called Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground.
Now, how many of y'all heard Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Adventures? How many of y'all heard about that? How many of y'all heard about the Barron Trump's Underground Marvelous Adventures? right? Where is this kid that kind of oddly kind of looked like Barron Trump when he was younger. He has a, I think he has like a, I don't know if it's his guardian or what he was, a guy named Don, the master of all things or some shit like that. You ever heard of that? You ever heard of any of that shit?
Brown Journey, which was written in the 1800s. And President Trump has a son named Barron Trump. And this same author wrote a book called The Last President, in which he details a riot happening on Fifth Avenue at a hotel, which is suspicious because Trump Tower is also located on Fifth Avenue. So how are these two connected, you're asking? Well, it's connected because Elon Musk said he wants to reverse the ban that Twitter put on Trump. Now I'm just sitting here trying to figure out what is the agenda here. Let's not forget that Space Force was actually created during Trump's presidency. These two men are trying really hard to promote space exploration, knowing damn well that there is no outer space as an up. It's out as in an outer land beyond the ice wall. And they know this and they're trying to mislead us. Do not trust Elon Musk. Do not trust Donald Trump. Don't even trust me.
Woo, her kufi was on tight. Her kufi was on tight. I mean, but there's so many other like theories. I like this this Instagram page because he kind of puts them all out there. All right, let's see what this dude says.
This is the tale of the navigator who crossed the ice walls, part 2. The story begins with a group of men who fought for the Continental Navy in the Revolutionary War. During the war, the men were telling naval stories when it came to Captain Butler. And Butler talked about lands that he knew possibly existed beyond Antarctica, beyond the ice wall. Upon hearing these stories, the men were captivated, and as a group, they decided to pursue these lands after the war. Shortly after General Cornwallis surrenders in Yorktown, one of the men on the crew, named William Morris, decided to buy one of the naval ships. And this is the ship that they'd use on their epic adventure, and wasting no time, they'd set sail in November 1781. They'd shove off in Charleston, North Carolina, and 6 months later, they'd sail around South America, and they'd end up at the William Morris Strait right here. And in late spring, early summer 1782, as the ice caps melted, a current would pull them through the ice wall, and they'd end up in the waters unknown. The water was like nothing the men had ever seen before. They were so deep, they were black. After successfully navigating one of the summer gates...
Y'all see how this map is set up, right? Apparently there is an actual map that I don't like. There's an actual map that I've seen that shows other lands other than our 7 continents that's surrounded by this ice, right? On the other side of the ice, there's more continents, and then like it's like they're all like kind of closed off, which I think is interesting. I mean, we don't
Captain
know.
Butler was getting ready to have a word with the men when one of the sailors quickly descended from the crow's nest, yelling, "They're coming towards us! It's something gigantic!" As the crew redirects their attention towards the horizon, his feet hit the deck with a thud. The crew immediately notices a massive ship, and it's closing in fast. The craft was the likes of which nothing the crew had ever seen. It was made from a material they didn't recognize, and it was black as night. Their hearts pounded with fear as the unknown approached, but all the owner of the ship, William Morris, could think about was that their trip was going to be ended abruptly. We made it this far only to get cut short, he thought, but then Captain Butler reassured them that everything would be all right. Just stay calm. A sense of relief swept over Mr. Morris, but he was still fearful of what was to come. At this point, the ship was just a couple hundred yards out, when suddenly it emitted a sound like nothing they've ever heard. It pierced the airwaves, almost bringing the men to their knees. Luckily, just moments later, the sound stopped. That's when a loud voice with a perfect English accent emitted from some kind of horn. "Dear gentlemen from the walled lands, some of our men are coming down to approach your boat. Please remain calm, as we will do you no harm." The message sent a chill down the crew's spine, unsure as to whether or not they were going to attack. At this point, they knew there was no escape.
Yeah, I know about the concentric ring map. That's interesting.
This is the tale of the navigator.
That's real interesting. This is shit I like to look at, y'all. This is shit I think about, right? Because we don't know. We don't fucking know. So check this one out.
All of these continents is Atlantis. This is the realm of Atlantis.
Yo, these Kufi on tight takes. I like them, yo. They'd be interesting. So check this shit out.
All of these continents is Atlantis. All of these continents is Atlantis. This is the realm of Atlantis. They are telling you that this is the map of the whole known world. But do you see the way it's shaped? Overall, it's shaped like an oval, like a flat oval, right? The shape is true. This is exactly how the realm is shaped. However, Antarctica is an ice wall that goes completely around the entire realm. Okay? Antarctica is an ice wall that circles and encases the entire realm. All of these continents are not separated by water. They are all one landmass. I repeat, these continents are all one landmass surrounded by Antarctica. Pull up on Google a map of Atlantis. This is what they would show you. This is what they would show you. All right? Or they would show you this. All right? I want you to take note of something. Scratch out Africa and all these other names around you, right? This landmass is how your planet, this is how your realm, this is how Atlantis looks still to this day. North America, Africa, South America, Asia, Europe, one landmass like I told you. Surrounded by water and an ice wall. Better yet, let's go right here. When you go to Atlantis, why do you think they show you this? Because this is the entire realm. Remember, our realm is blocked off by 3 ice walls.
Now, that one picture looked like the Eye of the Sahara. So they got the spot in Africa called the Eye of the Sahara. And when you look at the Eye of the Sahara, they were saying that, like, some people really think that the Eye of the Sahara might have been Atlantis, right? Because it had, like, you can kind of see these rings, right? Where maybe, you know, there was some land and then there was some water, right? Pull up Earth map on the moon. I'm about to have you on Brave with a vape pen, bro. Yo, wildin'. Check your messages. All right, cool. Would you send it to Twitter, bro?
Pull up a map of Atlantis. See, I'm just decoding it for you. I'm cracking the light codes for you. If you pull up any map of Atlantis, they're gonna show you that shape. That would be us right there. What we all call today North America and all South America, all that in there. Then you got this ice ring with more of us. Then you have another one, right? So when you pull up a map of ancient Atlantis, they gonna show you these shapes, right? Metropolitan Atlantis, okay? This is what they trying to show you. But this shape represents the whole entire realm, all right? And these walls represent Antarctica. Where the water is at, those are ice walls. This is exactly how the realms look. But it's not a tree that connects us all. It's one plane above the other. And you have 9 of them. In Norse mythology, they call Earth Midgard. But Earth is really Atlantis. And the entire planet is Kai. Okay?
Bruh, he lost me. I kind of understood what he was saying, but golly mighty. But yeah, yo, I love these Kufi on tight takes on this thing here, yo. I love it. All right, we're gonna look at this one last one real quick, and then Ronan sent me something that I want to look at.
I'm telling you again, the worst thing they fear is the hive mind. The one thing they fear is 300 million people in the United States coming together on one topic and saying, this makes no sense. We need answers. Why is the flat earth so important? Because it shows the deception. There are enough reasonable questions to create reasonable suspicion that we've been lied to. They can't afford to keep being asked. Whether the earth actually turned out to be diamond-shaped, cross-shaped, pear-shaped, there's enough to see that it's not what we've been told. And once that...
Okay. Okay. That was so what he was showing, that's the map that I seen before, which I thought was really interesting. And it just had me thinking, like, yo, that'd be kind of, that could make sense, right? That could make sense. Who knows? Who knows, right? So let's check this shit out. Hold on, one more. See, this is the shit I do, guys, sometimes.
I didn't point something out to y'all. This is us. This is the world as we know it, the entire landmass right here. And as you can see, this is the ice wall that surrounds us. And then there's two openings. If you try to sail past them, you will be shot by military. Extraterrestrial originated from beings coming from extra terrain, which is beyond the ice wall. As you can see, land beyond the ice wall. And outer space means outward, not up. Check it out. Land of Mars, Jupiter, Anunnaki lands, second Earth, land of clones, Venus, Mercury, bro, what is going on? Saturn, Hercules, Pegasus, and it had its own other ice wall. But yeah, this is how big our world is.
That's some interesting shit to me. All right, so let's look at this real quick. I'm going to go ahead and swing this over here. And we're going to end on this, y'all. We're going to end on this. I appreciate everybody for sticking around. Like, this is the shit that I like to look at, guys, in my spare time. Right? Because it just make me think about shit, yo. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what's up, Rumble. Rumble ain't even put, Rumble ain't even send a notification out either today, which is interesting. All right, so Ronan sent me this. It says Ice Wall, 61 images, 1912. Robert Scott Expedition, Antarctica Facts, hashtag Flat Earth. Now, I don't know if the Flat Earth is a thing or not. What I'll say is I'm not married to the ball Earth theory. I think a lot of stuff has some like truths to it. You know what I mean? I think a lot of things have truths to it, right? So anyway, let's get to it. That's interesting right there. So what you're saying, Ronan, is that these pictures are pictures of Antarctica before it fucking froze over more? Is that what you're saying? Is that what this is supposed to be? Welcome to the mud flood in Tartaria source, blah, blah, blah. Quick. The Antarctic ice wall has been a restricted area with only few governments around the world allowed to conduct limited research. More info here. More on the mud flood. It has been theorized that another culture may have lived there. Captain Robert Scott led a crew of in 1912 that was classified as soon as they returned home to base and reported their findings. Later, Captain Robert Scott and his crew were announced missing at sea, raising questions that eventually led to a confusing rabbit hole. What did they really see? That's interesting. I wouldn't see. That's the thing, right? Antarctica, I guess, would be considered an anomaly, right? That shit would be an anomaly. It's just frozen, right? That would be an anomaly. And I guess you could have like an ice flood or water flood. Like, look at this here. This is interesting. Look like I don't know, some kind of structure buried under the ice, like a fucking avalanche hit it. So like, yeah, this shit is, I don't know, I'm gonna check out this page a little more. This shit is interesting, guys, but I mean, who knows? What if that's the case? What if, right, there's waters above and waters below, and that the so-called planets, right? Planets, plane is the word. What if we do live on a plane and the other planes or planets are simply on the other side of a fucking ice wall? Bro, that would blow a lot of motherfuckers' minds, wouldn't it? That would blow a lot of people's mind. They think that they think that NASA been fucking flying in the outer space, fucking up in the way. Meanwhile, they just shooting their fucking rockets like this and shit. You know what I mean? Or so y'all can see it like this over the fucking ice wall. Bruh, that would be interesting. But I like looking into shit like that, right? That's the type of stuff I like looking into. Sometimes in my spare time, I just sit in the basement or wherever, and I just look at stuff like that all the time. It helps me to just see outside of the box, and it also gives me something to do and stop looking at all of this crazy shit happening here, right? With all of the, you know, the war and the inflation and the price of things and the goings-ons of the world. It's nice to escape sometimes. So looking at like stuff like this, maybe you think it's nonsense. Maybe you think it might have some validity. Maybe you wholeheartedly into it. But guess what? It gives you something to think about. It helps you expand your horizons and open your mind to what could be. You know what I mean? Because we don't all have the answers. We don't all have the answers. We all have theories. We all have our views on how the world is. But none of us really know. So, you know, I suggest that, you know, sometimes every now and again, put the politics aside, put the goings on of this world aside, and just explore other things, whether it's crazy theories or kufi on tight theories like this. You know what I mean? Such as like the Grand Canyon being a fucking throughway to Egypt or some shit like that. You know, the pyramids being a power plant, you know, or the multiple realm theory here on Earth. You know, it's fun, but I suggest, you know, you guys just do something to get your mind off of things. You know what I mean? You know, it's sometimes it's fun to geek out on other things. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you guys rolling with me. If you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon to let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream. Let people know we're live, or that we were live. If you're catching the replay, leave a comment. What you think about the topics at hand? Are you a flat earther? Are you a hollow earther? Are you married to the ball earth? Or you just like a good theory? Let me know. If you want to donate, Rumble Rants, Super Chats, always welcome. Or you can donate directly to $Cannon Hotep on Cash App. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for rolling with me. If you're new, Hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. Anyway, it's Ken and Hotep saying stay safe, stay well, stay strapped. Talk to somebody if you having a hard time, guys. Anyway, it's Ken and Hotep. I'll holler at y'all.
Don't relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.